Hello guys and welcome back. So you join me in a very sunny August. Well, I'm about to start mowing. But then the dealership lorry turned up with the baler and the wrapper. The wrapper I'm keeping. It's not ideal, but it's the only one they had. And basically this hitch here, when the tractor turns, it turns around. It doesn't stay in place, if that makes sense. So it turns with the tractor, which is a bit annoying. This baler, I want to get a class rollment, but it's a bit too small. So we're just borrowing this for baling the grass and then baling the straw, and then it'll go back. They collected the other baler, which obviously some of the money, well, that paid for some of the wrapper. I still got a little bit left over. Obviously I had to pay for leasing fees for the baler, but I would start mowing, but I'll let him get off, so I'll just unload. The plan was to put this on the baler, and then I totally forgot that the baler was arriving today. So it's going to look a bit ridiculous. Quite a big tractor on a small baler. Yeah, we'll just park it here a sec, just because I don't want to attach that. I want to get the 7/810 on the wrapper and I can get them going, because 7/810 is going to go on the rake. So yep, so we'll detach that. That's off. Probably want to start the engine. So yeah, this will be going within the next couple of months. It really does struggle on jobs, and I feel like some slightly newer John Deere, like maybe like early 2000s, like 2010s, I wouldn't really go for like the 6Rs or whatever, because one, they're expensive and quite big, so I think I'm going to pass on that one. In fact, we can just leave the bale wrapper there. So I'll just speak to the lorry delivery man, and I'll see you in a minute. So he's headed off there. So I'm just gonna try and move this out of the way. The bay is really small compared to the tractor. I'll just leave that there for a sec. So I can mow this basically entire bit. I've just got to go around the rock. So, but apart from that, we're basically fine. I'm gonna leave the back of the chicken coop as well. I did it last time and it didn't really work. It was quite tight getting round because obviously the wheat was there. I suppose it doesn't matter really now. Actually, you know what I will do? Well, now I can, because I'm not destroying the raw wheat. Just to see if it gives me an extra bale, because basically what I'll do is when I plant the wheat for next year, I'll go basically up to the, I'll show you, up to the basically about here, so I don't mow sort of around the chicken coop, because it's kind of annoying. So I'm going to plant it a bit further down this time. Yeah, so I thought I'd just film me actually mowing, raking and baling, because I never have. I've just added little snippets. So yeah, so as far as I know, the whole of August is looking pretty sunny, so I could actually let the grass bale sit outside for a bit. Is it gonna? Yeah, it is. I'll try and go as close as I can to the rock. Well, probably. There you go. We hit the rock, but that doesn't matter too much, as long as it's not the mower. So I thought I'd just sort of, I guess, change things up, I guess, because do need grass bales for the sheep, and I don't really want to buy in, because I already have, I think, one with the sheep and maybe one left, so I already have to buy some in. So if I can make them myself, I can save them a bit of money. And obviously I've been making silage bales for the cows, which is good, but obviously if I'm going to get TMR, then there's no need for me to be making too many silage bales. So we'll keep them in some sort of shed when the bad weather comes in. I'll just have to think of what shed. Now, am I going to catch the mirror? Just past it. So yeah, well, I spoke to the dealership about the potential new tractor, and they were saying that they don't really have anything in at the minute, but they could try and get something in if I wanted. So I just need to make a decision. So I'll just stop the mowing here, and I'll come back to you when we're raking. So I forgot to press record, but yeah, I'm basically done with the raking now. This last little bit. So I most definitely need to replace the 710. She's really struggling with everything. She was struggling with this, and this shouldn't be too hard of a job. I also thinking that I need to rake the straw into better swaths, just because they're quite tightly compact, I suppose you could say, or quite close together. So I feel like it would be better if they were sort of, I don't know, if they were sort of spread out a bit more. And yes, I am just dumping everything there for now. But yeah, I'll do it right. So how does one work this? Because it's quite a new tractor compared to an old baler. There we go. Okay. I don't know if it clangs or anything. I hope it doesn't, because they haven't told me there was any problems with it. So we'll see how we get on. This is a lot easier than with the other baler, as the other baler was quite big. You know, it was, well, I mean, you didn't really have a choice. You had to wrap a bale, because as soon as you popped out a bale, it would automatically wrap it, because there was a wrapper on the back. So bit annoying, hence why the bales over there are wrapped, because I didn't have a choice. Because I originally bought I think it was off the contractors, I think. So but yeah, they've got a different baler now. So let me just try and turn. It's a bit awkward, really. I am thinking of maybe changing to I wouldn't call this a field, but changing to a different piece of grass to bale next year. And I'm thinking maybe where cows are, that field. Now, I know I can get over this in the tractor, but maybe if we don't tell them, they might not know. Probably wasn't the best idea. So there's our first bale. There we go. Let's just see the size. Yeah, it's a bit smaller, I'd say. But yeah. So I'll just continue with the baling, and I'll see you in a minute. So I'm on the last swath here. I'm glad that I'm not keeping this baler, as, well, personally it's really, well, it's quite small compared to the other baler, and it just doesn't fit right on this tractor. And it just really doesn't, there's just something with it, it's just, I'm just really glad it's not my baler that I'm going to keep, because it's not the best, you know. It's missing so many little swaths and what have you, and it's just, I don't want to have a baler that's missing swaths. I want to pick up everything. So as you can see, it's because the tractor's so wide, I think, but the baler's not wide. But there you go. And I'm having to reverse and all that just to sort of try and get every little bit. But I've noticed an improvement since, well, the last cut. Obviously this is the last cut of the year for me. But I think I've hit the bale and it put me on two wheels. I've noticed an improvement. We have 4, 5 bales, well, 5.5, whereas when we did it last time we got 4. I think we got 4 before, so this little bit of grass here has helped. Gave us a bit more, well, a bale and a half more. But yeah, so that's, well, third cut and done. So we will park it up. Need to get this last little bit. Every bit counts. Yeah, so it's about 40% of another bale, so almost another bale. So that was about a bale and a half extra. So that little bit of grass has helped. I'm also considering raking this up just because it's a bit easier. Like, I've been thinking about it a bit more, and I think I will. Just so there's less swaths, because it's hard to see. You know, there's not much of a gap between it, and then it's like everywhere you turn, you're going to be picking up straw. It's just going to be looking a mess. So if I end up getting the time to, I will rake it. I'll probably do it in another walk. But yeah, that's it for this one. Bye for now.